Anthony William, the medical medium. To begin with, I just want to say how truly, honestly proud I am about everyone in the medical medium community and how much they do and how hard they're working on their healing process. And I just want to give everybody a really big supportive thanks because you deserve it. I mean, what you've been through, how you got here. I mean, when I think about how many times I've heard people say, well, the book just fell, on the floor off the bookshelf, or I was in a doctor's office and someone was reading it, or I was in the grocery store line and someone told me about it, and they found this information that just moved them, truly spoke to them. And how many people have I heard say that the book spoke to them and they could not put it down? They could not put the book down. They were going page after page after page, and it was like reading their life story. How many people have I heard that where that happened? Like they were reading their life story. And you guys have worked so hard. I mean, when I just read the comments, like when I did a live today and I read the comments and it was like, I've been doing medical medium for 5 years. I've been doing medical medium for 7 years, 8 years, 4 years. I was just blown away. And if you've been doing it for 6 months, I'm blown away. But it was just, when I see that, I just don't take it for granted. And I just needed to tell you guys, I just don't take it for granted. It means the world in so many ways. It means that you guys understand, you've been there, you've been through it. Because when you think about it, who's just gonna just jump into medical medium stuff for no reason? I mean, you have to have some life experience of being seasoned, seeing a lot of doctors, a lot of disappointments, a lot of hardships, life experience, and then knowing that this is working, knowing that this makes sense. It makes sense. It's not common sense, it makes sense. And I just wanted to thank you for being in it. Now, I know that stress eating happens, and I have tremendous, tremendous respect for anyone who's even stress eating because they have it hard and there's a lot of stress in their life and emotional patterns, because those emotional patterns just bring us right to there and we can't seem to stop it. It's like someone is holding our arm and it's not us, and it's making us put the food inside our mouth. We can't stop eating the ice cream. We can't stop eating the chips. We can't stop eating, you know, whatever it is. Frozen food that's not good, that has all kinds of stuff in it. We just can't stop. And it's hard, and chocolate and other things too. So, and even candy. I just want to say that I have tremendous respect for anybody, regardless of that, regardless of going through any eating that may not be great or could maybe not helpful, and keeping emotions at bay and keeping emotions like stable, using food to push things down. It's just a fight or flight type of tactic. It's a survival method. And by no means is it something to be, you know, ashamed of, or no one should judge themselves if they've done that. They just shouldn't, because unless somebody's in your shoes, they can't even judge you if you were doing that. If you're doing that to survive, survival foods to kind of hamper down emotions. It's like, unless somebody's been in your shoes and understands your life and what you experience and the things you've been through, no one should have the right to judge. And when we're under stress and there's a lot to do, we don't prepare enough for the day because it's hard to do. time constraints, stress, and our body might have needed glucose more than usual because of the amount of stress we're in, stressful situations, and so forth. So we end up devouring a cheese pizza, ice cream, or chips, or any favorite meal that may not be supportive to healing, but yet we're doing it because it's that hard. So I just want to say that if you're in that position, if that's happening to you, there's hope. There's hope. There really is. And you're going to come through the other side. You're going to come out of that, and you're going to be able to do that celery juice for a year straight, for 2 years straight. You're going to be able to get to that point where you're doing that celery juice twice a week, 3 times a week if you can. You're going to get there. You are. And don't get thrown by fake accounts out there that, are trolling and, just they're jealous because there's a tremendous amount of jealousy about the medical medium community because it's a very strong community. The best people on the planet are in the community, and there's just jealousy out there and all the other health modalities and health realms and health avenues out there and everything, and there's a lot of trolls. And this isn't a private club where you join and you pay, and the only people in this are people that have paid, and they paid a program or a subscription fee or whatever you call it, and they're in there. This is free. This is all we're on social, but yet it's the most amazing community that's tight, caring and loving, compassionate, and passionate about what they're doing. So trolls come in, trolls come out, trolls come in. It's like that for years. Trolls come out, and fake accounts come in with people saying, I've been hurt by doing medical medium. It's like, really? So you got hurt doing some celery juice? You got hurt lowering your fats for a day? You got hurt how? It's crazy. So, and then they end up attacking people in the community too. There's trolls that end up attacking people in the community where they try to break them down. And you'll see it out there where they literally try to act like there's somebody in the community too, and they're saying all the right things and all the right language, and then they're trying to break down people and get them to doubt. And you'll see that too. And there's a whole bunch of accounts that do it, trolling. And there's some people too that don't have a fake account, and they'll just be like, I've been harmed by medical medium information or something. It's like, really? Because let's look at everything then. Let's see your receipts. Let's see your grocery store receipts. Let's see all your shops that you've done. Let's see what was in your cart. Let's see what kind of medications you're on. Let's see your medical records. Let's see what kind of procedures and kind of medical treatments, and let's see your credit card statements for the last few years. And, let's see your restaurant receipts. Let's see your fluoride and your dental records and the fluoride you've been given. Because right now, everybody's saying out there how fluoride's killing people and it's terrible and how all these things are bad. So you got harmed on medical medium? Let's see the antibiotics you've done in the last 10 years, because there's all these articles out there now talking about antibiotics killing people and putting people in wheelchairs. And no matter however you feel about antibiotics, I'm just giving you what's out there. And even antibiotics have side effects of tooth decay and teeth problems. And I did a live today talking about teeth and gums and oral health and everything. And it reminded me of people who they don't take care of themselves for years. Maybe it's not their fault, exactly. But then they get jealous or get pissed off at me or something medical medium because they hear a story that's not true, or some false story, or they hear it from somebody who has a vendetta and they just want to take me down or whatever it is. And they hear these fake stories and all that, and then they instantly say, well, maybe I was harmed too. And it's like, well, you were on benzos, you were on birth control for 8 years, you're on thyroid medications, you have serious deficiencies, which those lead to. You have all these exposures, and like I said, where's all your records and your receipts and your procedures and medical treatments and stuff, cancer-causing chemicals. Right now, everybody's freaking out about cancer-causing chemicals, forever chemicals in everybody, and how this is hurting everybody. Well, how many forever chemicals are you getting in you? What kind of pots, what kind of pans are you using? What kind of whatever you're doing? What kind of water are you drinking? Tap water, laundry detergents, and cancer-causing agents in laundry detergents. So some wild blueberries and some celery juice that you think you did, or keeping your fats low, that was your problem? And not just now, your whole life. I was talking to a doctor friend who handles all these medical cases in court from people who, people who have been injured by real things, like real injuries and stuff, like, anything from some kind of like, chemical thing exposure, or a car accident, or some kind of terrible, freak accident exposure or something. And I was talking to him. He's a really, really, serious doctor. He's a medical doctor. He's an MD. And he was telling me how he was doing some medical medium stuff, and he was doing the celery juice, and he was doing the celery juice, and he was doing some different stuff. And he was feeling better and better because he's been tired lately, and he's been feeling better and better. And I told him, I said, it's crazy how someone can troll and then pick on people in the community and tell them that, this hurt them, or they did medical medium. And he laughed, because the amount of toxic crap that's happening in the court systems, in the legal filings out there, the amount of exposure, glyphosate, everything, like the amount of exposures, people who had glyphosate exposure 10 years ago, just walking by somebody spraying Roundup, and the amount and the level of exposures is utterly insane that people have, including eating processed foods, and all the food chemicals and everything else and all that, and the fluoride and the asbestos and the lead and everything, and the microplastics too, and the formaldehyde and microplastics. Like, I was talking about plastics in book 1 10 years ago. Never mind, I've been talking about plastics for 30 plus years, 40 years. And exactly, it's like all the microplastics that everybody's getting in them, and the forever chemicals and all that stuff. And then the plug-ins and the air fresheners and just you name it. And the crazy thing is, you got a community here, the medical medium community, that's healing faster than any community out there. The most people healing and healed out of any community out there ever. In history, hands down, at least modern history. I don't know about 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, but I would like to ask those questions to SOC after I get off this talk here with you guys. And so, I was talking to this doctor, and then he was talking to another doctor, and like, yeah, if people want to say some blueberries hurt them, and some salad hurt them, and some leafy greens hurt them, then what about their medical records? What about all the drugs and the terrible side effects? What about the fluoride? What about the mercury fillings that were in their mouth 10 years ago? What about the birth control? What about not only the pharmaceuticals that have tons of side effects, where there's lawsuits left and right about all these side effects, like everywhere with the pharmaceuticals, but the hair dyes, just the hair dyes alone, and the bleaching of the hair, like making your hair go blonde, or, bleaching your hair. That one alone right now is going under like the microscope, major microscope. So toxic cleaning chemicals, bleaching your hair, hair chemicals, nail chemicals. That's another one too. It's painting your nails. Did you paint your nails 10 years ago, 8 years ago? That's going under the microscope. And so, and acrylics and so forth. I mean, I could go on all night, and the fragrances and go on all night. But these things are going under the microscope, like the fluoride and everything. And it is insulting, absolutely insulting, when someone purports or claims to have tried something medical medium. Like, what did you even try? I'd like to see all your records, everything. Grocery store receipts going back for 10 years, you name it, and restaurant receipts and all of that, because you're insulting the community. You're sitting there trolling, you're insulting the community. You're pretending you got some kind of like harm story. Well, what did you even do? Like what? I don't sell anything. You go to the store, you buy these healing, beautiful foods, you learn how to eat them and use them, and you clean your body up. You clean your body up and you work on healing. There's no alcohol in anything. There's no whatever in anything. It's truly disrespectful and insulting to the community to troll the community with a fake account or a real account and troll them as if medical medium information hurt somebody or hurt them. It's so insulting. It's so amateur. It's so insulting. It's so embarrassing. Just because you have a vendetta with me or something because you read something that you didn't like, or you don't like me, or you got an issue about people healing and you're jealous, like super duper jealous about people healing in the community, people who care about themselves, like care about others, and they care about their own well-being, and they care about the people around them and their loved ones. They just want people better, and they're working hard to do it. And back to where this started was, I'm proud and I'm grateful and I'm thankful that so many of you have stuck to your guns with your healing process. You worked the bugs out, figuratively and literally worked the bugs out. And you fortified and you recharged and you revitalized your cells, and you got rid of toxins and poisons that should not have been in your system from all these exposures that everybody has. Everything from early childhood medical treatments that fill our brains up with mercury and copper and aluminum, all of that. And you're working on cleaning all this up over time, and it is incredible. So I just want to say that you're fighting for it. I'm going to fight for you guys, and I'm going to fight for it. You're fighting for it. You're fighting for your health. You're fighting for your health freedom. You're fighting for what you're putting in your body. And if you're stress eating, totally understand. You'll get back on track. You're just going through a tough time. And I totally respect you for it. But I just want to say that I'm in it if you're in it. You're fighting for it. I'm going to fight for it. And I think I've kind of had enough. And I'm making some decisions shortly about, basically doing what I got to do. Because if you guys are going to fight for it, if you guys are going to be in it, if you guys are taking care of yourselves and you're doing it, I have to also protect, the community the best way I can too, because it's unfair with the trolling and the BS and the, whatever fake stories and the fake harm stories and all of that, just to try, just because they want to rain on everybody's parade or whatever. So I'm taking things way more serious than I have in the last few years, and talking to various legal and expanding on it. And I think I'm at the point where if you guys are in it and taking care of yourselves like you are, you don't deserve to be harassed. And I just think that protecting the community is a really good thing for so many reasons, because of what you've been through and the hell you guys have been through. And so many of you have emotionally been you've gone through hell in your life. to get here and rose out of the ashes. And yeah, so I mean, so I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna call people out if I have to that are harassing the community, and I'll call people out if I have to. Where are their receipts? Where is their medical history? How much alcohol have they consumed in their lifetime? Because there's 20 million articles out there. I mean, there's not 20 million, but you know what I mean? That was just figuratively. There are like 20 articles every 6 months about alcohol like killing the body, people getting cancer from it, people getting sick from it. It's terrifying, right? That's what's happening now. And the cigarette smoke and recreational drugs and everything else. I think we're at a point where you wanna harass the community with a fake harm story or whatever it is, and you want to make them feel like they're doing something wrong or whatever it is. And I think it's time we need to see your history. We need to see the truth behind your history. Yeah, you can't just be all words and say, I've been harmed and try to, you know, exactly. I want to know what cosmetic procedures you had, everything, what pharmaceuticals you've taken, what prescriptions, medical records. And I get it. No one's going to show me that. But yeah, they may have to show it because I'm talking to certain people out there, like I said, and everything, they may have to show it if they're going to do that. So, in fact, they do have to show it. Not may have to, they do have to show it from who I've spoken to recently. It's crazy. Yeah. And then taking pharmaceutical drugs without prescriptions is a whole nother thing too. It's crazy. A lot of people do all kinds of things. But I'm just saying that I'm in it. If you guys are in it, I'm all in. I mean, I'm all in. And I always have been, but I don't know, it's one of those things where I see how hard you guys are working with your healing process, and it hits me in the heart. And I just, I well up in tears a lot of times, and I think about what you've gone through, and I think about how many things you've been through, and I think about, your journeys and the symptoms you've gone through, and no one realizes really what that's like when you have 20 or 50 symptoms and heck, 5 symptoms. And I have tremendous respect, and I'll do all I can on my end. No one should be trolled. No one should be harassed out there. No one should be harassed in the community by, fake BS stories and whatever harm stories and fake trolls and whatever fake accounts and people who have a vendetta against me. Nobody should be harassed. I'm tired of it because I see how much you guys are doing. And the amount of people that just, by the way, you guys, the amount of people trying to sell their programs to the community alone, it's unbelievable. Hating on Medical Medium and trying to sell their programs, running ads 24/7 to the Medical Medium audience. I see it all the time. If I even click on social for a minute, it's the ads come through, and it's like people that hate on Medical Medium poach the info, scramble it up with other stuff, and then try to sell it to the Medical Medium community as if they have the answers. And expensive programs too. It's crazy. One guy, it was not too far, it was pretty recently ago, who's like a chiropractor and stuff, was talking like all kinds of stuff about, you can subscribe to my monthly payment on my website and you'll get better information than you'll get from Anthony William. And sure, go in there and pay his $60 a month and get his scrambled AI info that he put together that he's trying to bankroll on people. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. People should care. They should care. People send my team all this stuff, my team, all the DMs, you wouldn't believe they get about all this, about the harassment they get, about the community gets, all this harassment the community gets. And all the ads that are being run to them in the programs they're trying to sell to them. We have like so much of this crazy evidence of this like just debauchery of crap. And it's sad because in the medical meme community, you got people that have heart and soul, serious integrity. They really are working hard. They've been through a lot and they don't need to be harassed or hassled. They just don't. Anyway, just a fun little talk. You can fast forward through this talk or you can listen. I just know I care. And truly, you guys are amazing people. Please know that. And the stress eating thing, I have the ultimate respect. If you're off the wagon, totally understand. And just hang in there and stay in the community and just watch others who are doing some good stuff. And even if you can't right now, that's okay. And if you have been harmed by people harassing you, you can DM us or submit your story, your screenshots of something. You can submit your story to medicalmedium.com safe space. If you've been harmed by harassment, people harassing you and so forth. And maybe it's just the same people doing it that have done it for years now because they can. Because they don't have to work a job or anything like that. They could just sit there and they can do it. If you're just being harassed, send the information to safe space, medicalmedium.com safe space. Anyway, like I said, proud of you. Light heart. Take one day at a time. Lots of love, many blessings. God bless.